I'm Natalie, and I am presenting for PECS. Picture Exchange Communication System, or PECS, is a behaviorally based AAC intervention which teaches learners to use visual graphic symbols to communicate. PECS can be used to teach learners to communicate effectively through a system of communication which highlights social pragmatics and speech-language development. PECS can be a highly effective tool in helping to decrease challenging behaviors and increase the use of appropriate functional communication. PECS can be implemented in a variety of settings by familiar and unfamiliar communication partners. The PECS system follows a specific hierarchy to appropriately target communications, distance and persistence, picture discrimination, sentence structure, answering questions, and commenting. PECS can be a tool used to transition learners to navigate symbols on a voice output AAC device and is relatively inexpensive AAC tool that can easily be adapted and expanded as the user progresses in vocabulary use and through the 6 hierarchical steps. According to Bondi and Frost, 1998, PECS was developed as a means to teach children with autism and related developmental disabilities to rapidly acquire, self-initiate, and functionally use communication. PECS targets both vocal and gestural communication-based strategies through requesting, utilizing appropriate sentence structure, recognizing attributes, and increasing receptive language. PECS is most often used with learners who are nonverbal, however can be used with learners who have limited verbal skills and can be a good option for individuals with ASD. PECS is most effective with preschool and elementary age children, but can be used with adolescents and adults. Charlap, Christie et al. 2002 studied the effectiveness of PECS training on the emergence of speech in play in the academic setting, social communicative behavior, and problematic behaviors on 3 children with ASD. Results indicated that all 3 children met learning criterion for PECS, showed concomitant increase in verbal speech, and an overall increase in social communicative behaviors and a decrease in problematic behaviors. Through the implementation of PECS, the following may improve: maladaptive behavior, social interactions, requests, vocabulary, auditory comprehension, transitions, verbal output, sentence generation, and attention. PECS can be implemented in any communication setting, such as the home, school, and community, and should be implemented in a natural environment to promote generalization. Howland et al. 2007 studied the effectiveness of PECS implementation within the classroom setting by teachers who work with children with ASD. Results indicated PECS teachers training increased communication effectiveness, initiation of conversation, and PECS usage. PECS utilizes desired items and activities as reinforcers, which are obtained through picture exchange requests by the student. So the learner hands the communication partner a symbol to make requests, label, or ask or answer questions. PECS has 6 instructional phases. The first phase, how to communicate, teaches learners to exchange a single picture for a desired item or activity. Phase 2, distance and persistence, utilizes a single picture, but skills are generalized to different settings with various communication partners and with increased distance between the communication partner and learner. Here, the learner is taught to become more persistent communicator. Phase 3, picture discrimination, utilizes 2 or more pictures, which teaches learners to request desired objects or activities through effectively choosing the appropriate picture. Phase 4, sentence structure, teaches learners to construct simple sentences through the use of detachable sentence strip using the I want picture followed by a picture of the desired object or activity. Phase 5, answering questions, teaches learners to answer the question, what do you want? The 6th and final phase of commenting teaches learners to comment in response to questions such as, what do you see? What do you hear? And what is it? Learners are also taught to make sentences starting with I hear, I see, I feel, it is, and etc. Regarding PECS training, Simpson and Gans, the editors of the PECS chapter in our course book, PECS training should be obtained for effective implementation of the 6 instructional phases of PECS, which outlines the hierarchy and activities to target specific phases. Once learners have progressed through the 6 PECS phases, learners become proficient in seeking their communication book, discriminating symbols, constructing sentence strips, finding their communication partner, and exchanging a request or message. Post-progression of the 6 PECS phases, learners can expand their communication skills through adding additional symbols to their book, implementing numerous PECS books to be used in various communication settings, promoting social interactions with unfamiliar communication partners, promoting commenting and spontaneous speech, and/or transitioning the learner to navigate symbols on a voice output AAC device. PECS is an economic AAC option that is relatively inexpensive compared to high-tech AAC options and utilizes highly accessible materials, including a binder, Velcro, and pictures. PECS can be easily adapted and expanded as the user progresses in vocabulary, use, and through the 6 hierarchical steps. Overall, PECS is a behaviorally based AAC intervention which teaches learners to use visual graphic symbols to communicate. PECS can be used to teach learners to communicate effectively through a system of communication which highlights communication interaction or social pragmatics in speech-language development. PECS can be a highly effective tool in helping decrease challenging behaviors and increase the use of appropriate functional communication. PECS can be implemented in a variety of settings and by familiar and unfamiliar communication partners. The PECS system follows a specific hierarchy to appropriately target communication, distance and persistence, picture discrimination, sentence structure, answering questions, and commenting. PECS can be a tool used to transition learners and navigate symbols on a voice output AAC device. PECS is a relatively inexpensive AAC tool that is easily adapted and expanded as the user progresses in vocabulary use and through the 6 hierarchical steps. Overall, PECS is a great AAC option and should be considered for individuals with ASD.